Hey, this is Jim Thirlwell from Fetus, and I will be your host of FCD 15. That was Morbid Angel with Where the Slime Live. And if you're anything like me, it's right next door. Diane Delacroix, Concrete Corner Club member, asked me, who are some of your influences? Well, baby, I would say John Cage, Christy Canyon, and the guy that invented spray-on hair. Next up is Fear Factory with Replica. That was Fear Factory with Replica. Bill Walker, Everything Hits Music, Milwaukee, Wisconsin. How does this album compare to the previous ones? Well, it's light years ahead of me, and 10 million light years ahead of everyone else. Check it out for yourself. Buy 10 of them. This is 11 with Y. That was 11 with Y. And I have to repeat that question to you guys. Why? Tommy Taylor, Foundations reader. What are some of the newer bands you're listening to? What do you think of this whole new grunge thing? Well, newer bands, Ultra B-Day from New York City, Halcyon from New York City. Grunge is something that's on the inside of my shower. Meanwhile, this is KMFDM with Flesh. That was KMFDM with Flesh. Something they know a lot about. Brent Billings, More Music, Boise, Idaho, one of my favorite cities. How does being signed to a major label differ from being on an indie? Do fans think you sold out by signing with Columbia? Like I care. A label is a label. Yeah, sure, I sold out. I sold my soul to the devil. Didn't you? This is Excel with Unenslaved, unlike myself. That was Excel with Unenslaved. Hope you loved it. Beth Bodine Hip Hop Records, Savannah, Georgia. Do you think this year industrial music will break through to the mainstream? Well, baby, do you think this year Georgia will break through into the mainstream? I don't think so. That was Overkill with their supersonic hate. Hope you loved it. Mitch Kirshner, Fantasy Inc. What's the relationship between Fetus and Cop Shoot Cop? Well, I produced a bunch of stuff for them. We've worked together. They're good buddies of mine. What else can I say? I consider Todd to be one of my few contemporaries. This is Gwen Mars with her cosmic dick. That was Gwen Mars and her cosmic dick. Ed LeBrun, Spins Records. Can you foresee any future film roles for yourself? For example, a Quentin Tarantino film? Well, Ed, my life is a Quentin Tarantino film. It is my pleasure to introduce you to a new track from Babes in Toyland, one of the best bands on planet Earth, or Uranus, featuring the dulcet, swinging, singing sounds of Goddess and one of my best buddies, Kat Bjelland. This song is called Sweet 69. So get down on your knees and open all of your holes. That was the fabulous Babes in Toyland with Sweet 69. And if you're listening, Kat, I love you. Okay, a question from Mike Mahoney, a Foundations aficionado. He asks, what question have you never been asked, but wish you were? Well, I was never asked to spread my smegma on your pita bread. In the light of that, this is Terminal Sect with Gun Worship. That was Terminal Sect with Gun Worship. In answer to our question from Russ Taylor, WCWP, why did it take so long between albums? Well, I had to get this great big fat pickle out of my butt. I spent 2.5 years writing the record. In the meantime, recorded 2 Fetus double live albums, 2 instrumental Steroid Maximus albums, put together a double compilation album, Wise Blood mini album, did about 30 remixes, spent about a year negotiating the contract, and a couple of years having a nervous breakdown, and about 6 months drinking off the advance. The next entry into our cavalcade of stars is Body Clock with Their Infested Mind. That was Body Clock with Infested Mind. Another question from Jeff Reed, WDNR. What are your touring plans and how difficult is it for you to pull it off live? Well, I pull it off as hard as I can. And I plan to tour. So hold your breath. And watch your local listings. For our next track, this is Dystopia #1 with Kill a Clown. Any clown. That was Dystopia #1 with Kill a Clown. Another question from Keith Brady, The Alternative, Salt Lake City, Utah. What was your involvement with Argyle Park? I read a piece of writing, kind of redolent to the intro of Diamond Dogs for their magnum opus. And they gave me a couple of copies and spelt my name wrong on the cover. That's about it. This is the Bad Brains with God of Love, apparently written about myself. That was the Bad Brains with the story of my life, God of Love. Brian Stone, promotion guru. How have you made ends meet until now? I do what I can, baby. I'll see you on 26th Street and 10th Avenue. This is Mute with Too Close to the Flame. That was Mute with Too Close to the Flame. Question from Fanian, Foundation's reader in New York. Whatever happened to Lydia Lunch? Well, she's been involved with a lot of spoken word, reissuing her back catalog, reading with Exene Cervanka on various tours, indulging in various multimedia activities, getting films off the ground, and very nefarious activities too filthy to mention in such a format. Suffice to say, check your local porno mag. We got coming up an FCD Rarity B-side. This is Megadeth with New World Order. That was an FCD Rarity B-side. Megadeth with New World Order. This is Fetus, and you're listening to FCD 15. So coming soon to a music emporium near you, a trio of releases under the Fetus moniker. That's Null and Void, the EPs, and Gash, the LP. 2.25 hours worth of irresistible, unstoppable music. Music to make love by. Music to make war by. And don't forget, the video verklempt. Not recommended for epileptics. This is a cut from the EP Null. It's called Butter. I can't believe it ain't butter. That was the inimitable Fetus with Butter. Unavailable on the amazing album Gash, Buy it on the EP Null. And not forgetting Void. All featuring non-LP cuts. Every one worth having. Thank you, good night, see ya, and listen next time for some other loser.